Gents, I read this for you guys once before. I wanted to bring this up because this has a lot to do with today's topic. I'm going to read this for you again. Freedom without responsibility and duty to others is not freedom at all. And we see that a lot of modern women today express how they're free to do what the hell they want to do, which is understandable, right? It's understandable for a person to want to have freedom to be and do what they want. But that's not the problem. Modern women today, their obligation and freedom isn't to anyone but themselves. And today I'm going to talk about 10 things that modern women are doing that are destroying relationships. And with that being said, let's get started. What up, gents? Welcome to TSG Uncut. I am your host, Sean C. And in today's episode, we're going to discuss 10 things that modern women are doing that are destroying relationships. I have 10 clips for you. In addition to that, I'm going to take some of your comments like I always do. We're going to have comments of the day, which I have one comment that I want to highlight. The second thing we're going to have, the next thing I'm going to do is have memes of the day, question of the day, and then we're going to get up out of here. How y'all doing today? So glad to be here with you guys. And I can't wait to get into this topic because there's so much to discuss. All right. But before we get started, okay, I have to say something that happened recently. There was one of the women of the channel who I've done nothing but giving props to and talked to for many months now since being a part of this YouTube thing. And she had took art with the videos that I make on this channel. And that's okay if you disagree on what I make and why I make it. But I've been straight up from the beginning about what this channel is about. This channel is a channel for the betterment of good men. Let me repeat that. This is for the betterment of good men. Secondly, I hope that it fosters discussion about the things that men are feeling and men are seeing in modern society today. And third, it is also for the women who support men being men, who support men expressing their thoughts, feelings, and ideas. And then the fourth thing, this is also an entertainment channel. As much as I'm giving you guys my thoughts and my feelings based upon what I've been through, what I've seen, and what I've observed in my life, right? I am a middle-aged man. I have been through it damn near all. So I have been a leader of men. I have made money. I have been homeless. I have been dejected. I have been sought after by women. I have literally been through it all. I keep myself in good shape, right? I have my shit together. So I'm not saying I'm better than anybody. I'm not saying I'm doing the best that I can do. I'm just giving you a perspective. And if you do not like my perspective, I don't give two shits. Okay? Because I was here doing this when nobody was watching, when nobody was supporting. And I'm still here 3 years later on my way to 15,000 subs. Thank you to everybody who's contributed to that. And I'm going to tell you, only 3% of all the 100+ million YouTubers get to this point. And it usually takes about 7 years. And I couldn't have done it without the gents of this channel. So I don't give a damn what you think about me, but I'm going to continue to make this type of content if it is going to make men aspire to be the best version of themselves, aspire to make them be better men, aspire to us having better relationships between men and women. All right? I don't think I owe anyone any damn responsibility of why I'm doing what I'm doing. If people are looking bad in these videos, then tell them to get the hell off the internet because they're making themselves look bad. I'm just bringing it out to light. All right. So I'm going to jump ahead to shout outs and comments. I'm going to see who I got in the comments right now. Rando Ganja, he says, salute, Sean. What up, dude? Thank you for being here. We got Preston. He says, Sean C, salute. TSG Uncut City homies. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This channel is basically about being on your purpose and your stride and your grind. Absolutely, which I have been. For the most part, I've been pretty consistent on this channel. It is through the training that I have been through. You guys can see my military stuff in the background. It is that training and that consistency that has helped me to keep grinding even when it gets tough. And that's why I will continue to be here long after a lot of people get off of YouTube. All right? This channel is basically, okay, you already read that? Speak Spanish Now. Shout out to my brother O from Speak Spanish Now. If you want to learn Spanish, this is the channel to go to. He says, peace, my guy. Glad to be along for the ride tonight. I appreciate you. Even I know we just spoke a moment ago. That's why we're here, because we love the channel. And that's why I'm here for you guys. I'll be honest, there's some Wednesdays I just don't feel like doing it, but I have a duty, right? Just like we talked about in the beginning, right? The person that came at me who used to come on this channel thinks that I'm just flailing in the wind, right? That I don't have a purpose for this, that I don't know what I'm doing, but I do know what I'm doing. And when I get to the point that I am where I need to be at, I'll be able to talk about even more topics that we need to discuss. But I'm a small channel considerably compared to my peers, where they can talk about the things they want to because they're big enough to do it. I'm not there yet. Gents, we are not there yet. That's why you supporting the channel, watching every video, liking the videos, commenting on the videos, whether you Cash App, Super Chat, join the channel, whether you do or you don't. Every little thing in terms of supporting this channel helps, and I am eternally grateful. All right? Oh, left. The realness of the real. I'm always be real, man. So listen, let's get into this, right? I told you guys we're going to talk about the 10 things modern women are doing that are destroying relationships. Now, there's a whole bunch more, okay? And I'm even going to do a video like this, maybe next week's live stream, is where I'm going to go in on us guys, because I think it's only fair. I think we need to talk about the things that we as men need to be doing as well, right? Since, you know, this person thinks that I'm just making women look bad, okay? I talk about what we need to do too. And I'm going to talk about that tonight, but I want to do a separate video, separate live stream, talking about how we could be better, okay? So we're going to get to this first video here. Let me set it up. Y'all gonna have to put a 1 in the chat to let me know if you guys could hear this or not. All right. Now, the first thing that modern women today are doing is that are destroying relationship is they have a false sense of value, false sense of their own value. Okay. And this is you just watch the video. Just watch the video. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear this when I get to it, please.
She said, I'm ugly. I said, bitch, where? She said, under all that makeup. I said, oh, okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
All right. So we talk about women having a false sense of value. And one of the reasons that they have a false sense of value is this society is sick. This society has women and men alike feeling insecure about how they view themselves. That if they aren't competing with the Joneses, if they're not competing with the Kardashians, if they're not competing with their favorite rappers, then they're nothing. Then their life has no meaning. Hence, we have women today that says they don't want to date a dude who works on a garbage truck, or they don't want to date the guy if he don't have some type of fast money job, okay? Or, you know, even if he's corporate in some instances, they don't want to date corporate dudes either. They want people that are making fast money so they can live this lifestyle. And part of this delusion and lie that women are telling themselves is based on their beauty and their looks, their perceived beauty and their looks. They will shame you as a man for how you look, right? At the same time, while putting on a Halloween costume every damn day, going out perpetrating a fraud about their perceived value, okay? Men don't have makeup. Men don't have a way to be able to change their exterior. Yeah, there's some things we need to talk about that. There's a few things that we could do to be better, to look better. But there's only so much we can do. We can't put on a whole new face, right? Like that woman did, where she took off the makeup and she looked like a plain ass woman. She could have been your standard Instagram model with the makeup on, and she took it off, and she was just an ordinary ass looking girl. Men can't do that. All right. I'm gonna get to a couple of your comments before I move on to the next video. You guys can hear it. Thank you. Chosen, thank you for being here. What up, Chosen? I ain't seen you in a minute, fam. Good to see you. I started the live stream early so I could probably catch a couple of you that usually can't be here. All right, y'all saying what's up? Everybody saying what's up? The No 304 shirt is fire, TSG. Yep, this is the one that I told you about, right? The No 304 shirt. If you want to get your, and look, this is fire, right? But you know the best thing? This is actually one of the softest shirts that I've worn. And I have some soft shirts in my closet, but this thing is soft. It's hugging a brother with cuts. You know what I mean? It's hugging my arms, right? Bruh, I can't guarantee it's going to hug your arms right, but I put in that time at the gym, okay? Your boy be putting in that time at the gym. This is a 2XL, man. If I get any bigger, I might have to go to 3. All right. Thank you. But the link for the No 304 or Stop 304, y'all know what I mean, is down in the description below. Get yours today. Right? Random, yo. Rando, yo, bro. Okay, everybody saying hi. Nothing much at Preston. I switched jobs and work hours. You good? Okay, yeah, that's why. All right, I get you. All right, everybody saying what's up. Chilling like a TSG villain. We are all gents here today. Okay. Now we're going to stick on women, false sense of value. Our second video is also going to talk about that, where we have this older woman, right? We have young women who perceive their value based on their looks and stuff, but we have older women doing the exact same thing. Let's get to this.
I just want you guys to know there's no way that I'm going to date a man that makes under $200K a year. That don't even make no sense. I'm not trying to struggle. I can struggle by myself. Okay? Why would I want to struggle with a man? So if you're not making $200K, you can't date me. You trying to date me? I only date millionaires, baby. Like, you better get it right. Too many times you had it wrong. Don't be in my inbox. Working where? Where you work? That's the only question I got. Where you work? Then I could decide.
Bro, how she come on here looking like this? How she come on there looking like that, man? And talking about she only dating millionaires. You find me a millionaire that's going to date this woman, and I'm going to show you a dude with a lot of money who's a fool. And you know what they say, a fool and his money are soon parted. Stop the cap. Ain't no millionaires dating that woman, okay? But this is what we're talking about. This is some of the false sense of value that modern women have of themselves. This woman ain't seen not one millionaire probably in her life. And yet and still, that's what she gonna come on here and talk about she dating? Power to this woman. I would have no problem with this woman in general. Okay? Live your life, do your thing, right? What do I say on this channel all the time? Live your best life. But live it realistically. Jesus. So this mindset is pervasive in a lot of the women we see today. How can the average man stand a chance when someone, in my opinion, who a below average looking woman, just being real, she's older, you could tell she's older. If she's young, something is wrong, okay? But this is an average to below average looking woman expecting not just above average, but the tops of all men. Ladies, explain that one to me. How is that viable? How many women are out there that you know think like this? Oh, they're all queens. They're all 10s. If every woman is a queen and every woman is a 10, that means y'all ass is all average. Because that's what average means. It means the majority of people are at the same level. Now, let me tell you, I went to Walmart the other day. I see women like this at Walmart all the time. Okay? Stop the cap. Stop the cap. Lying. Just lying. Chosen says, no way that cougar looks like that, bro. Stop the cap. Please let that last shit gave Stewie nightmares for life. Oh, man, that Stewie one. Especially, oh, my God, there's 2 Stewie ones that I don't want to get into it, but Jesus. Where can I get that shirt? Link has been in the description for every video, brother. Every video I've made over the past couple weeks, if you go past the description, just scroll down a little bit more, there's a link to get this shirt right there. Okay? Still saying, only millionaires can afford the plastic surgery for her to be normal in the face. Still saying, thank you for being here today. Let me tell you guys something. I made a couple of you guys moderators. If you didn't get a moderator or a wrench or whatever it is, I don't know what it is. If you didn't become a moderator, it was for 3 reasons. The first reason was your channel is a hidden channel. So I can only make moderators for channels that aren't hidden. The second thing is you could be a moderator on this channel. I looked at my videos. I looked at the comment section of a number of videos, and I didn't look at just the ones that were popular. I specifically looked at my least popular videos and saw who commented down in there to make moderators. Okay. I want to see who supports the channel, even when I make videos that don't do well. Those are the people I gave wrenches to. And then the third thing is, if you've been loyal to the channel, and I could see your consistency, I made moderators. Now, there's probably a number of people that I might have left out on this, but I just wanted to let y'all know, okay? Everybody's saying, what's up? Where you work at, ugly or us? She don't want to live her best life. She wants his best life. Any millionaire CEOs of a vacuum cleaner company? No, right, exactly. If Butt Ugly were a person, she would be that person. I will give you another one. If the character Wanda from In Living Color was a real character, you're welcome. There she is. Oh my goodness. That's her right there. Billionaires would pay not to look at her. Hell, I'm scared for y'all. Let me take her down off the screen. I'm scared for y'all to look at her because one of y'all might turn to stone or something. I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay. I can't have my people turning to stone here. Okay. Now, the second thing that modern women are doing that are ruining relationships is they aren't willing to change. Now, there's the normal not willing to change that we could talk about, but I have a specific video clip because I want to hit it from the angle. I want to hit this part of the discussion from the angle of the way these girls are talking about it, okay? It kind of feeds into everything. There were other ways to talk about women not changing, but I wanted to pick this one up because these are young girls. These are the future cat women of America, okay? So we're going to get to that next video. Let me put it up on the screen.
Unpopular opinion.
Whenever white girls are with black dudes, that pisses me off.
Because why are you with her and not with me?
Literally, like, that's what I'm saying.
I'll tell you why they aren't with you. 1, you're bitter. 2, you're giving jealous energy. And 3, you're racist. And a high-value black man does not want to be with a bitter, jealous, racist woman, no matter what color you are. Thank you.
All right, let me put these girls up on the screen. Now, I have always stated that I don't care about what people's preferences are in terms of in generalities, okay? Long as it's realistic, okay? What I mean is it would be unrealistic for me to think that I can date. This is about to be a really bad example, but it'd be unrealistic for me to think that I can date someone like J-Lo, okay? And I use J-Lo because she's a little bit older than me, but you know, close enough, okay? I wouldn't want to date J-Lo anymore either. But here's the thing. It's unrealistic for me to think that I can date someone like J-Lo, not just because of she's been a star for a lot of years, not just because of the way she looks. It's unrealistic because, well, yeah, for that reason, right? She's been a star for a lot of years. She has been wealthy most of her life. She has been around people that I can only dream of ever being around if I care. She's in a different stratosphere than where I'm at. It's unrealistic for me to think that I have a chance with J-Lo. In the case of these women right here, they're mad because the preference of some black men is to date a white woman or whatever type of woman. And instead of realizing that the dating market is a competition, instead of making themselves presentable for the type or for those men that they're leaving, instead of being the type of woman that those men would desire, they want men to accept them exactly as they are. They don't need to change. They don't need to come out. They don't need to work on they figure, dressing like this, right? They don't have any type of presentation that man may not want. And when you tell them this, they don't want to change it. He needs to be talking to me. This sense of entitlement, this sense of I deserve this, instead of realizing that you don't have what it takes to date those men. You do not appeal to those men. Let's see what you guys got to say about this one. My eyes are burning just looking. That's funny. I got her off the screen, bro. They never think they are the problem. No, never. But we're going to get to that toward the very end, right? Because I do have a summary I'd like to talk about this. Wanda's double incarnate. I am going to go to the restaurant that I get. I'm going to go to the restaurant that I get the best service. Right. Right. The men that they are complaining about that aren't talking to them is going where they are appreciated, not tolerated. We talk about that in a lot of these videos that I create. All right. And she's an extreme beast. Yep. Right. Don't sugarcoat it, Rando. She's a trick looking for a pogo stick. Uh-oh. Here we go with the rhyme. And none of them have any business trying to police what I do with what? Do what I do what with. Yes. And that's the thing. They give each other props, right? They give each other props when they can talk to Zaddy. All right. Oh, girl, you go. You got Zaddy. But let you be a man that talks to a woman, a black man particularly, and you talk to a woman of another race. They got problems with it. Something must be wrong with him. What? Why do you just assume that? Why can't it just be that someone saw value in that man and they did what was necessary to get with that man, to be appealing to that man? All right? But that's not what, they don't care about that. Modern women will not change until they start catching L's and frequent rejection. Yeah, but they also try not to put themselves in positions to get rejected. Okay? Even when a man is accepting them, did you guys know that some of them will crash the relationship just to make themselves feel better, just because of the way they feel inside doesn't align for the person that they're with. Men do it too. But I'm talking about the women today. We'll talk about that in a future video. Also, I have the sole comment of the day. We're going to dissect it. That's why I only have one comment today. And this brave woman put on there, I don't want us to downgrade her. I want us to be able to listen to it. But we'll get to that when I get there, okay? That's why we're going to try to run through these videos. We can't change the world until we change ourselves. Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, I talk about men being the best version of themselves all the time. We as men always talk about how we can self-improve and be the best versions of ourselves. Have I not said that from day one on this channel? Why is it that these women and a number of modern women out here in this society, they don't look at it that way? They look at it as, why aren't you talking to me? I'm the prize. I don't have to change anything. You need to get up to my level. Hence, the woman in the last video telling you have to make $200,000, but she looked like she fell face first after jumping out of a plane into the pavement. Okay? And I'm sorry. You could say, you shouldn't talk about her like that. I'm sorry. Her attitude made me talk about her like that. If she came out here sweet and everything, I would have had a good word for her. But women's attitude makes them, that woman's attitude in the last video clip made her more ugly than her face is, if that's even possible. Black women would never treat a zaddy the way they treat us. Hell, chosen. Women today, modern women today, treat their bosses better than they treat their own husbands at home. They treat their bosses better than they do their own man. They don't even give their man at home the respect they give the man on the job. Come on now. Don't forget Chatty. Yo, that's right, TSG. They think of themselves as better than any man who is in her own ethnicity. Yeah. And listen, I know some of you guys only date within your race. I get that. And that's fine, right? O'Shea Duke Jackson, he's, all about the sisters. He's all about Black people. And I respect it. You know what I mean? I personally, I love my sisters. I do. Okay? But I decided that I'm going to talk to people that treat me well. Okay? She looks good, great personality, treats me well, willing to be on my program, willing to respect me. If you fall under those things, right? I don't care what ethnicity you are anymore. I'm done. Okay? I'm done pretending that I have to talk to a particular person because they look like me. And no, I'm not going to do that, because there's not enough women out here. There's more women than men, but there's not enough women out here that treat men well for me not to look and explore my options. Again, Women get celebrated when they do it. Black men in particular get looked down when we do it. Okay. So I don't give a damn. Judge me if you won't. I don't care. Okay. But I enjoy being single at this moment. A wife with a job is useless. You can't serve two masters. So, Rando, I actually think that women today need to have a job. And if they don't have a job, they need to have something that they have to do. If you leave your woman as a housewife at home in today's society with all the distractions, I promise you that marriage isn't going to last. I can guarantee it. I'm not saying her working is going to make it last. I'm just going to say a bored woman, idle hands, idle hands, or devil's workshop, or whatever. Right? Point is, leave your wife at home with nothing to do. Leave your woman at home and she ain't got nothing else better to do. And I have that comment of the day. I have the comment of the day that's going to speak to exactly what we're talking about. So you won't want to click out of this, because this woman writes something that we may disagree with, but I'm also going to bring to light how we as men can mess up and push our own women away. So please stick around for that, because I think it's a deep discussion. They will not submit. No, they won't. Latinos are every man's kryptonite, TSG. I'm going to move on to the next comment. Chosen, you wrong for that. That woman's delusion definitely bites the dust, looking a big pile of crusty bread crust. Oh my God. Idle hands are the devil's playground. Thank you. Right? There's so many ways to say it, but that thank you. Facts. TSG cooking with the bored housewife perverts. Because bro, let me tell you how much this is cap. And we're going to get on to the next video. Okay. I'm going to read the last couple comments. But let me tell you how much I know this is cap. I was married twice. You know how women say, or how even men now, the older men, are saying, well, a woman shouldn't pay 50-50. It should be all the man, and he should protect, and he should provide, and this woman should, a woman shouldn't have to work unless she wants to. You heard all that before? Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard people say that women should be able to sit at home and rest in their laurels, and the man should go out and work himself to the bone and do all of these things. Tell me if y'all not heard that before. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard someone say that before. Okay, I see 1. All right. So 2. Okay, you guys have heard it. I know you've heard it because I put it out on this channel. I've been married twice. Both of my ex-wives did not work. I made all the money. I made the money. Even was with my wife when I was making 6 figures. Absolutely. I did it. Okay. And looking back, one of the things that I realized was that my ex-wives had too much time on their hands. They had nothing to give them a sense of purpose. They had nothing, even though we had the kids at home, they had nothing. They didn't see being a mother, being a wife. They didn't see these things as a virtue. They needed something more. So if I was to ever get married again, which you don't have to worry about it because I'm not, but if I was to ever get married again, never say never, but if I was, but I'm not, I would not marry a woman who didn't have something of her own to do. Something. I'm not saying she got to go work and make a whole bunch of money. No. Even if it's just something to get her ass out the house. She needs to be able to work in this society to be able to understand what you're going through when you're out battling the world. Because if they sit at home, they don't understand. Oh, you don't know what it's like. I'm here all day and this, that, and the third. And it's like, wait, you control your own schedule. I don't get to control my schedule if I have a boss. You get to control your schedule. And especially if you have school-age kids that can go to school and she's just home, and you come home and ain't nothing done, and she has no job, then you're useless to me. You're useless to most men. If you're just going to sit at home, nothing is done, I'm at work all day, you control your own schedule, but you can't manage your schedule. That's why I said what I said. Okay? That's why I said what I said. Never pay for Rover's leftovers. TSG cooking with gas facts. I'm trying. The wife should work for the husband as his employee. Right. And back to what we talked about earlier. Even a lot of these women will give more deference to their bosses at the job than they will their husbands at home. They will give their bosses a level of respect that they don't even give their own husbands. Again, stick around for the comments of the day, because this woman, you just got to hear this comment. There's only one comment of the day, and I purposely picked it for tonight's video. Checking in. XL Pro, thank you so much. XL Pro be sending me so much stuff. I can't even watch it in one sitting. XL Pro, I try to wait until I have time to sit down, because sometimes the videos you send me on IG, if you guys aren't subscribed to my IG, here we go right here at TSG_uncut. It's also, I have a TikTok channel for the channel too. So check that out. If you guys, communicate with me, you can communicate with me through that, or send me video clips. IG is the best way to do it. Okay. Let's get back to the comments. XL Pro. Yeah. So XL Pro sends me video clips. So I like to wait until I have time, because usually he'll send me something and then it takes me down a rabbit hole, but it also helps me to find new content. See what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. All right. Rando says, being a kept woman is slavery. Let them tell it. Yeah, right. So in one voice, Rando, they say that they want to be a kept woman, but then if you give them some type of task or responsibilities associated with them being a kept woman, then they feel they want to tell everybody it's slavery. See, they don't know what they want. And if you watch one of my last videos, the woman tells you she had a good man, but she realized she didn't know what she was doing. She didn't know what she wanted. Please go look at videos from this week. Modern women are not trained to take care of a man who takes care of her. Boom. Boom. This is the heart of what we're going to talk about later in this video. Stick around for comments of the day. And this is it right here. Remember this, guys. What he just said is part of what we're going to talk about for the comment of the day. Even successful boss women are useless to a real man. Absolutely they are. There needs to be a change in that. Your woman should be employed, working a side hustle, work alongside him when he gets off of the day job. Yeah, well, women are thinking about well, let's not get into that yet. You're absolutely correct, because we have a lot more clips, because we're talking about the 10 things, okay? Let me queue up the next video. Now, this next one is very quick. It's very quick, but there's a reason why I chose it. Okay. So now the next thing that modern women are doing that are destroying relationships are their choices in men. We know that they're trying to choose men that are going to give them a certain lifestyle. We know that they're going to try to choose men that, fit some type of whatever they have in their head, right? The dude is 6 feet tall, 6-pack, 6 figures, right? We know these things. But the other type of dude that these women choose that they don't want to take accountability for is the Pookies and the Ray Rays, okay? And the Billy Rays. They don't want to take responsibility for them dudes. So this video is really quick, but it is going to bring to light that point, okay? Oh, let me bring this back real quick. Please, God, make all of his side chicks disappear. Okay? So, right, still saying that last one from last week. They can't pick their baby daddies, right? That woman that had that tweet about why can't women be able to pick their baby daddies? Come on, it's a lack of accountability. Okay. But I put this quick video in there, a quick clip, because women want the dudes that they want who apparently have options, right? If a dude has side chicks, he got options. Whether you look at him and say, damn, he got options, right? Whether you want to judge the dude or not, if he got options and she wants him, she will get with him because in their heads, they think they should be the only one and that they can be the only one. But those dudes that these women are picking that have options, a lot of them are the side chicks. And newsflash, a lot of these women today, if you've seen some other videos, they're okay with being side chicks. Yeah. Because that way I can go do what I want. I can have a man, but not have a man. You know what I mean? Hell, they don't even want most women want a dude, but believe it or not, a lot of women they don't want a relationship per se. They want a situationship, something that they can kind of control. All right. And that's really what it's about. People trying to hold on and control that much are usually people that are scared. Scared people. Okay. Let's see what you guys said real quick. Women have no clue what real love is anymore to a dumpster fire galore. Yeah. I already read that one. The loony bin meets the lion's butcher's den. The baby daddy don't pick them either. No, they don't. Accountability loves stupidity. Well, their accountability does. These women think that they are Ash Ketchum training and catching. Yeah. They think just because they look a certain way or whatever, I can keep a man. They think that their looks is what keeps us. You think your looks is what can keep a man. Then I got a bridge to sell you. I told y'all about that bridge I've been trying to sell. Got to catch them all. Yeah. Yeah, right? And she is. Yep, absolutely. All right, let me get the next video clip ready. All right. Now, the next thing that modern women are doing that are ruining relationships, a lot of modern women today, they lie, and they're very, very selfish. Now, I don't have as many clips. This clip it's going to show that she's selfish, and it's going to show that she lies. This is not like the standard clip that I show about women being selfish. If you want to see that, go watch this week's and last week's videos. Plenty of that in there. But this one here kind of tripped me out, man. Now imagine you send your woman off, or your woman is out. She need a little help. If that's my woman and she called me and she really need me, I'm going to do the best I can to help. If she's my woman, okay? But that's a woman that hopefully I vetted to know that she's a good person. But a lot of dudes don't really know that about these modern women today. Let me show you this clip here that's going to show how much they lie and how selfish they can actually be.
Please answer. Hey, babe.
Hey, baby.
Hi.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm at the salon. I just got my hair done how you like it.
I see.
Although there's one problem. I left my wallet and my purse at the house, and I need to pay the lady so I can leave.
How much is it?
It's $300.
Yeah, I'll send it.
Can you just
Yeah, hold on.
Thank you so much.
Did you get it?
Yes, I got it.
All right, cool. Love you.
Okay, love you too. Bye.
All right, bye.
Oh my God. Jeez, I gotta buy some groceries and get some steak and Ruth Chris. Thank you so much.
Everything's okay?
Yep, everything's good.
All right.
Thanks.
Bruh. 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 What y'all think about this one? I hope in my heart of hearts that this video was staged. I really do. I really hope the sweet Jesus that it is, because that has got to be one of the slickest lies I've ever. That's a slick lie. That is just completely not right. Okay. Holy cow. She looks like a businesswoman and she ain't got 3 million. You mean $30? I don't know. Man got hustled. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. She looks like a businesswoman, but she ain't got $30 million. I totally get it. Yeah, she does look like a businesswoman. But you know how messed up it is? That just, I want you to think about this. I hope this isn't real. Because if it is real, this woman had a man, and instead of saying, hey, baby, I need to be able, I really need your help. I really need help buying some groceries and stuff right now. I am so sorry to ask you this, but I need some help. I'm not saying the man should give it to her, but at least she's being honest and upfront with the dude. But this where she goes in and she's got her hair done, and then she gonna say it costs $300 for that? For that. That's not right, man. It's not right. How can any man trust you all, ladies, that is willing to lie to us to get what you want? Why did you have to lie? It's because you expected a no. And that man seemed pretty cool about sending her to 300, no problem. But you see why men can't trust women today? Well, Sean, that's not all women. How do we know? We just look, you guys are on social media trying to get attention and stuff, and we see you guys on social media exposing yourself, outing yourself to these tactics on how to use and manipulate men. See, before, women could manipulate men, and only the top G's knew, right? Only the pimps knew what the game was like. Maybe your old folk did, your old uncle, your old granddaddy. Okay, they knew what the game was. A lot of these young dudes today don't know nothing about this. They don't know nothing about these manipulation tactics that women using. They have the internet, but they don't have the emotional maturity to get through it, man. And it's jacked up. Okay. If Silly Willie ain't whistling Dixie on the highway to their own lonely, snorting too much ignorancy, Preston is on it. A sea urchin from hell's ugly wishings well. Oh, man. Let me get to the next video. Let me set up the next video clip. Yeah, that one's jacked up. Okay. Now, the other thing is we have a subsect of women that we need to talk about who there's a lot of them on the dating market. Okay. And these are single moms. Now, we're not going to get into some big debate about single moms because that's not what today's episode is about. All right. Some of you guys are just absolutely anti-dating single mothers, and I totally get it. But, I argue that some of you guys aren't realistic. I'm not saying that you should date a single mother. I'm saying that some men, given their situations, you saying you wouldn't date a single mother is ridiculous, okay? I'm not saying take on all her kids. I'm saying right now with this clip, and one of the reasons why this is ruining dating is because back in the day, I had a stepfather. And I am grateful to that dude. And the last time I got a chance to talk to him was right before I joined the military. That was the last time I got a chance to talk to him. Him and my mom weren't together anymore. And I talked to that dude, and it still resonates with me to this day what he told me. He said, I know that I'm not your your real dad. He said, but I couldn't be any prouder of you as if you weren't my son. And that felt good. You know what I mean? That felt good because this man was such an integral part of my life for a long time. So some dudes will elect to get with single mothers, but single mothers are in the game for themselves too. Single mothers today are absolutely terrible. They think they have better options than they should. They're not being realistic. And in this next video, I'm going to show you how.
I'm gonna tell you why you can't be nice to single moms. You can't do nothing for her or the kids. I'm gonna tell you why. So I was going to go see this young lady, right? And I was coming over, so I was being nice. I said, hey, they had the kids ate. She said, nah, they haven't ate yet. They haven't ate. I said, all right, cool. I said, I'm gonna buy you kids a pizza. She said, pizza? I said, yeah, pizza. She said, they don't eat pizza. I said, okay. What do they eat? Who don't eat pizza? What kids? She said, my kids eat like steak, and potatoes.
It's crazy. I hope they got steak and potato money. That's better than me. I would have bought the pizza and sat there in front of them with it. Like, I'll eat this by myself if y'all ain't gonna partake. I need the calories.
Hell yeah, I need the calories too. Let me get up. Let me put myself back up on screen. Now, every lady out there that might watch this may not be this type of woman, but I'm going to tell you that this is a dude telling you his story from his perspective. And there are a lot more stories like this where you have a single mother who, instead of being grateful that some man is going to do something for their kids, then you have her saying that her kids only eat steak and potatoes. Really? Really? Do y'all remember the video that came out about a year ago where the dude brought McDonald's? The woman had like 4 kids, right? 3, 4 kids. And he brought McDonald's for his kid. And then she said, why you didn't bring McDonald's for all the kids? And he said, this is my son. I'm bringing food for my son. What are them other baby daddies doing? Well, no, you can't bring him just to McDonald's and not bring from other kids. So in one video about a year plus ago, this woman was knocking a man for not bringing food for all the kids. Now, fast forward to 2023, right? This man tries to say, hey, I'm going to bring a pizza for the kids, and that's not good enough. Let me tell you something, man. Let somebody my mom was seeing that brought home a pizza. Pizza been my favorite food since I can remember. Since I first tasted Pizza Hut and I can remember it, okay? The first time I ever had a pepperoni pizza. Oh my God, I was in love. And that's my favorite food ever since. If I was going to death row, there are 5 things I would eat. And I would tell you a pepperoni pizza would be on that list. Okay? You were lucky that your mother allowed him enough time to make that difference to you. The majority will weaponize them for control. Listen, I'm not going to say that my mom was a saint in this situation, and I'm not going to say that dude was a good stepdad the whole time. It took a little time for him to really, really kind of acknowledge me. I can acknowledge me. He would do things for me. I'm not going to lie. He would. But you can tell he was holding back for a while. And I get it, right? It's hard to invest in another woman's kid. It really is. And eventually he won, we had a relationship. So by the time I was going to the military and that dude told me what he told me, he had known me since I was 3 years old. And I was 19 when I was getting ready to leave for the military. So he had known me for 16 years, my whole life. Right? So I was real sad when I heard he passed away. How to use men for their money, homie, is just too bad men have wised up and walked away from these people. Yeah, men are leaving because they see the game now. They're starting to see channels like this. Whether you agree what I'm doing or not, I'm just showing what women are doing to men. And I don't want to see that happen to some good man out there who's not aware, who don't know what's going on out there. Okay? I guess they ain't eating. Hell no, they ain't eating. These women are the ones who kill dating, period, along with no mating. Right. That's what we're talking about today, right? We're talking about the things that modern women are doing that are destroying relationships. She really made it about her getting steak. Right. In a relationship with him, too. Yeah. I understand the random Joe, but seriously, punishing a man that is trying to help her. And that's what I'm talking about with the single mothers. Punishing men who are actually doing something that most men aren't doing anymore, who don't want to do anymore. Men do not want to take on the burden of being there for somebody else's kids. All right. That was all about her maintaining her control over him and the children. Yeah. Right. And seeing how much she can actually get away with in extracting that man's resources. I saw that video too. And I say that that woman is just selfish. I wouldn't buy her kids nothing. Either ungrateful trick. Oh my God. All right, let's get back up to this. Let me prep the next video. Now imagine you get into a relationship with one of these modern women today. You're feeling her, you think she's feeling you, but you learn that modern women today are not loyal. Now, this is one aspect of how they're not loyal, right? They're not faithful, but they're also not loyal too, okay? And what I mean is I could show you another video clip and showing you how they aren't loyal, how they're leaving, but I want to show you how they're not, I should have said not faithful. Let's do that. Let's change that because loyalty is like one of the things we're going to talk about. That's one of the things we're going to talk about later. But modern women are not faithful. We can look at the statistics and we can see that a lot of men have checked out of the dating process. We can see that younger men, ages 18 to 29, have not been physically with a woman over the past year. And we know that another 30% of men have never been with women at all. Okay? So we know that for the men that can do it, the men that have options, a good percentage of those men are cheating. But it seems like to modern women that all men are cheating like that. And that's not necessarily true. A lot of men don't really even have access to women because they can't find a woman worth talking to. Right? And that's something that don't get talked about. So in this next video clip, I'm going to show you how these women aren't faithful. And every time let me pause this because I don't know about the music. Y'all saw that? Did y'all see that? Y'all didn't hear the music in that one, did y'all? Because I tried to mute it. So I'm a little nervous that that's going to mess up. Did y'all see that? I'm going to slide this along to show you. So that dude was feeding her food. You can see it right there. The dude called her. Her phone rang. She acting all, see how she turned to the side? Look at her. See how she turned away from the dude so he can't see? He ready to feed her another bite. Look at him. It's all nice of that dude to want to feed that woman. They don't look like they in Cheesecake Factory neither. I don't know where they at, but don't look. And then he shows her herself right there. And then she realized, oh no. Oh, I'm busted. Look, I want you to go back to that face. Oh no. 304, stop. It's too late. Look at her, about to make an excuse, about to lie about it. Oh, no, no. See? Can't even trust them, man. Can't even trust them. Hold on. So, ladies, you all have so many more opportunities, so many more bites at the apple than the average man does. So when the average man actually gets in a relationship with you, depending on the type of man, he ain't going to have as many options as you do. So your ability to stay loyal and stay faithful to that man means a lot. It does. And you have men who are trying their best when they do get in a relationship with you guys to be faithful, to be devoted. But it's never enough. It's never enough. He said, BS, she could buy her own steak. Yeah. A great counter move would have been to offer to pay half since they always eat steak and potatoes. That would have helped her out a lot, right? Right? Nah, don't get up now. Enjoy your meal. Facts. All yours, homie. Yep. Heisman pose. Hell yeah, he should have definitely Heismaned her off. Yeah, man. You can't. Modern women today need so much attention, man. They really do. And they're not even doing it for emotions anymore. They're not doing it just because the men aren't giving them something emotionally. That's what they used to complain about back in the day. They're doing it because of this next clip and this next reason that I am about to show you guys. And you may have seen this on the thumbnail. But the reason why they're cheating nowadays is because they think they can do better than you. Modern women have the mindset that they can always do better. Now, you can say this is because of hypergamy, which is in them, but because of social media, because the advent of social media and dating apps and the such, women have way more options than women have had ever. And they have burnt themselves out, right? The chemical in their head that allows them to pair bond. I cannot think of it on the top of my head. But that pair bonding chemical in a woman's brain is so burnt out because they literally have so many people in their DMs. They have so many people trying to come at them that they cannot pair bond with one dude. And they're always looking for what they perceive is the best option until they hit the wall and their options start to run out. And then they try to shame you as the man at that point in time. So let's get to the next video clip, shall we?
Are you single?
No, I love my man. He's my everything.
How loyal are you out of 10?
10 out of 10. So loyal.
You never cheat?
No way.
What happens if I offer you $50,000 to kiss me right now on the spot? Would you do it?
Is he going to see this?
No, he will never see this.
No.
Is he going to see this? That shit have never came out of her mouth. Let's continue.
No. I love him. No, he's my everything. Yeah.
You had to say a little bit there.
No, I'm sure I love him.
What if I told you I have 11 million followers on TikTok?
Those are real followers?
Of course, I'm him.
That's you?
Yeah.
No, better not. I love my man.
What?
Notice how shocked she was when he said, notice he gave her the money. She kind of pushed the money off a little bit. Let me back that up. I want you to see the difference. She backed up. She kind of was able to push the money off. Good for her on that one. Noticed in this, though, when he said he had 11 million followers, she was like, she was like, wow. She was even more impressed.
How about I offer you $50,000 to kiss me right now on the spot? Would you
do it? She was shocked.
Is he going to see this?
No, he will never see this.
No.
So,
I love him.
all right, toss
he's
the
my
money.
everything. Yeah.
You had to say a little bit there.
No, I'm sure I love him.
What if I told you I have 11 million followers on TikTok?
Look at her face.
Those are real followers?
Of course, I'm him.
That's you?
Yeah.
No, better not. I love my man.
What happens if I told you I got a house on my neck, real diamonds, 100 grand?
Those are real diamonds?
Yes.
Oh, screw my man.
Yeah? Hell no.
Let me put it on Right there. Right there. See, I put a video clip in one of my videos recently where the dude did what he called, let me see if I could pull that video up real quick. He called it 304 math, okay? 304 math. And he told you how much. Do I have it? Where is that? Oh man, I can't find it. But I think it was it last week or was it in a video? Anyway, let me see. Do I have it? Anyway, the dude did the math and showed how many men that women get hit on. And at the end of a year, at a minimum, women get hit on close to 1,000 plus dudes. Now imagine if your woman or a woman has enough men. It doesn't have to be a lot. It could just be 5 men out of that 1,000 that are able to come at them like this. You think she's going to be able to resist that? I think this is why you have women with unrealistic expectations today. Because out of 1,000 dudes, you can't tell me there's at least 5 of them that ain't trying to flash and say they got all this stuff like this dude did right here. She was so loyal to her man, but after a while, the temptation got to be too much. It got to be too much for her. So I hope it is a skit. I really do. I really do. Because if not, it's jacked up. I saw that video too, dude. It's crazy that your videos I've seen, but you speak in straight facts for real. That's why I'm a fan, because of the real deal you bring to the truth bling. Thank you there, Preston. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Not options, perceived options. Dopamine, oxytocin. That's it. It's oxytocin. So oxytocin is the chemical in your brain or in the woman's brain that allows her to pair bond. And what they're finding is that modern women's oxytocin levels are at a much lower level. And it's because they have so many perceived options. All right. So you're absolutely correct. Now they're trying to change the definition of loyalty. Shake my head. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Juju. Thank you for coming through, brother. She should have left and not continued the interview when he tried to tempt her the first time. Those secondary questions should have never been asked. Absolutely, but they're not going to do that. Rando says this got to be a skit. I hope it's a skit. I really do. But what did we expect? I saw 2 sets of eyes staring at the camera on this lady. Look how tight her clothes were. Right. Well, all these women nowadays are wearing spandex suits to go out, to the store and run around. It's just commonplace nowadays. But, if whatever, man, her man should be able to trust her to go out. I'm not saying she can't wear what she wants, but there's consequences to doing it. There's consequences to doing it. Bringing yourself unwanted attention, bringing unwanted attention of men such as this that could potentially ruin your relationship. They don't care. Here we go. And Looney Baloney starting the delusion show. Like a skid marked Pop-Tart. It's called advertising, TSG, and that don't make it right. No, I agree. There's no respect today for anybody's man, still saying, for a woman's man. She don't respect him because she wouldn't do it, right? I saw a video the other day by Average Man Unplugged, and he was talking about when, he went out of the country, how modestly dressed women were. And he just said, you don't see that here in America. It's like women try to find the outfit that is going to draw the most attention. And if you are an average guy, they don't want your attention. They do want attention, though, even if they say they don't. It just ain't from you. Okay? Don't run a commercial for a Big Mac if you're not going to sell. right? Hot plate in that reality's dark falling apart. All right. Now, the next thing, the number 9 thing that women are doing that are destroying things in relationships. Oh, actually, it's the number 8 thing. Sorry. Number 9 video, number 8 thing. Unrealistic expectations. We know about this all the time. I do videos about modern women's unrealistic expectations. But this is by the brother at The Desirable Truth. And he's talking to 2 women out here in the streets of, I believe it's Miami he's at. And he asked them some questions. I want you to pay attention to some of the answers. I may stop this video a couple times in between. I know I've been letting them play, but I'm going to stop it at a couple points just to highlight a couple things, okay?
Which is harder, a man trying to impress a woman or a woman trying to impress a man?
Probably, I'm gonna say equal.
How is it equal?
Because men are looking for a dating pool where women are up to their standards and the standards are extremely impossibly high.
Wait, did you hear that, you guys? That woman said that men's dating standards are impossibly high. Our dating standards are impossibly high. Okay. We're going to let this video play and we're going to see what kind of standards that she thinks that we set as men, that some men set that are impossibly high for modern women to live up to. Check it out.
And vice versa.
You think men have high standards for women?
Absolutely.
Like what?
Men don't want a gold digger. Men don't want.
Stop. Did you just hear that? Did you hear that? She said men don't want a gold digger. And that's an impossibly high standard. My God.
Like what?
Men don't want a gold digger. Men don't want a woman that is too flamboyant, too.
No, because we don't want, look, why are you trying to draw all this type of attention? If I'm your man, why are you trying to draw so much attention to yourself? If you have me as your man, does that even make sense? All that's going to do is put a man in potential danger at some point.
A woman that is too flamboyant, too revealing, a woman that's not too opinionated, and I'm sorry, in the 20th century is not what they're going to get.
Let me tell you, first of all, let me tell you how stupid these women are, man. Let me come back up on the screen. The last thing she said in the 20th century, that's not what you're going to get. You need to take your ass back to school, okay? We are in the 21st century. The 21st century, okay? I don't know what they're teaching y'all at y'all school, but it's the 21st century. I was born in the 20th century, okay? All of these Gen Zers, they are born in the 21st century. That's first. Second of all, she talked about women being too flamboyant, being too opinionated. A man doesn't have a problem with a woman having an opinion. What he does have a problem with is a woman that is trying to control him because he is a man. It's not to say that a man can't listen to his woman for advice. It's not saying that a man can't even go with the advice of his woman. But a man who is taking these $100,000, $1 million men that these women want to talk to, these dudes ain't standing for these women's opinions. You did not help that man get to be a millionaire. You only want to reap the rewards of it. And if you didn't help that man to get to where he's at and he's done all the right things, you should shut your damn mouth and listen to that man, because obviously he has the keys, the formula of being successful. It's not about being opinionated. You don't even know that it's the 21st century. Why is he listening to you? Do you understand what I mean? Crazy. Let's finish this video out.
So when you dress like this and go out to the clubs, is it for yourself or is it for like male attention?
It's for myself, 100%.
Stop the cap.
I dress the way that makes me feel good about myself, and that's all that I give a fuck about.
You know, we're going back to that selfishness. I dress the way I dress for myself, and that's all I care about. And then when you get a man, okay, it still is this selfish mindset that I do this for me. She's about to go in even further. Check this out.
You dress like this if you were in a relationship with a guy?
100%, and he will love it. Because that's my man, and he will ride for me and how I look.
But I thought men didn't want women who were like dressing
If you don't want your man, if you don't want your woman to look like this, if you don't want your woman to look like this, you can't handle a real ass bitch. Okay? Bye.
You see how she tried to how she said what she said and ran off? See how she ran off? You can't see, it's these shaming tactics. Rest in peace to the Godfather Kevin Samuels for saying that women would use sign language to try to win an argument, to try to make themselves correct. Shame, insult, guilt, and the need to be right. He was not wrong when he said all these things. You are insecure because you don't want your woman to dress like she's for the streets, like she's open for business, as Steel Saint talked about earlier. I don't think you ladies get it. It's not about trying to control what you're wearing, but how you dress is a reflection on the man that you're with. If you dress like you open for business, guess what? Men gonna look at you and say, she ain't serious about that dude. She ain't serious. Because if she was serious, why she dressed like that? Real players are going to pick up on that. Why are you looking like that? If you were serious about your dude and you wasn't open for business, you would dress modestly because you're not going to bring shame or reproach upon your man. But when you ladies think like, I'm going to dress the way I want to, I'm going to do what I want to do, and you dress revealing and provocatively like you still single, don't feel bad or don't say nothing when you get single men thinking that you still single because you're wearing a sign, which is your avatar, your outer avatar, saying that you're for business to the highest bidder. Just like the woman that had a man in the previous clip. She had a man, but as soon as she saw something better, she went for it. All right? Where we at? 304 philosophy, reverse Uno card play. Yep, that's exactly what they did. Not being a 304 is a high standard. Hence, look, hence the shirt. Hence the shirt, bro. Make sure if y'all want this shirt, the link is down in the description below, man. I'm telling y'all. Y'all can get it in sweatshirts. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Y'all can get the swag for it, all that stuff, okay? She admits that many of them are gold diggers and are too flamboyant. Yeah, that she said it. Exactly. Ladies, y'all pretty much telling us. That's why I put out these videos. So men can see that women tell on themselves. Give away the whole game. So she is all of that? No, she's not. People don't have respect anymore as far as long-lasting loyalty and love. People only use each other like puppets. It's one of the reasons people stop caring about love, but don't anymore. Yeah, I've said this many times on this channel, but I don't hear women talk about love anymore, not unless it suits them. They don't care about love in terms of, they don't care about love in terms of loyalty. They care about love because they equate it to what you can give them. She donated all of her brain cells already, TSG. She is just talking big noise now. Yeah, pretty much that's all I heard. I don't care what these women look like. When I hear women talk like this, or I see women who act like this, it's unattractive to me. I'm not attracted to it. Damn, they be flossing their degrees, but their head's still empty. 20th century? You're right, Juju. Is that what she is? Yeah, reproach. That is a Bible word right there. Reproach. Exactly. Never pay for a pile of useless space leftovers when you could actually buy your own steak and potatoes all day to day. Absolutely, man. That's why a lot of guys are like just going their own way. It's easier to just like, okay, I might not have a woman. I might even be lonely a time or two, right? Like this is how men feel. I might be lonely. I might not have nobody. But God dang it, at least I got my own peace, man. Jesus. I ain't got to deal with this kind of stuff, okay? Now, the last of the 10, I still got one more clip after this, but it's more of a summation clip. We'll get there in a minute. But the last of the 10 things, and I told you there's a lot more, but I use these 10 today. Right? Well, actually, I got a number of clips left. Sorry about that. The number 9 is, so women want you to be loyal to them. They want you to get married to them, but none of them know how to be wives. They are not good wives because they have no clue how to take care of a man, how to treat a man, how to behave with a man, understanding or even caring about a man's expectations of them as a wife. Women are quick to tell us what their expectations of us are, but what they won't do is they do not want to adhere to the expectations that a man may have for his woman. We're going to talk about this later in the comments of the day, though, too. Okay? Check this out.
A woman shared her regrets about not working harder to save her marriage now that her ex-husband is happily remarried. The 41-year-old woman shared to the True Off My Chest subreddit that she left her husband around 10 years ago, shortly after they'd had their first child together. According to this woman, there were no major issues in the marriage. She was a stay-at-home mom and had her husband wrapped around her finger. He did whatever she said, and she burned him out. When he grew tired of her demands, she started threatening divorce. She thought she was still a great catch and that she could do better than her husband, so she left. She ended up getting joint custody of her son and the house after the divorce. Now, 10 years later, the ex-husband is happily remarried with a baby daughter and a new house. The divorced woman, on the other hand, has been unmarried ever since. She's jealous of her ex-husband's new wife, saying, "She took my husband, she took my kid, she took my life that was once mine, and now I live in an empty house." She claims she is alone and miserable and wishes she would have been a better wife 10 years ago so she wouldn't be in this situation. As you can probably imagine, not many people were very sympathetic towards this woman. "You got what you deserved and he got what he deserved," one Redditor commented. Others noted that the new wife didn't take anything from her, with one saying, "You gave it away." This woman's story may end in bitterness and guilt, but that's not the case for most divorcees. According to research derived from family law attorneys, 80% of divorcees end up remarried. While divorce is a valid option in many situations, it's not always the solution. It takes two to make things work, and many people believe this woman reaped what she sowed.
All right. So in this story that you just saw, right, about this one Redditor woman who posted this is not the first time you guys have heard this story. And it definitely is not the first time you've heard this on this channel. The video I put out on Monday was talking about how women regret losing good men. And this is another story. I think this was supposed to be in that video, but I forgot I had this clip, but I'm glad I used it. It actually goes to the point that we're talking to tonight, but no matter how good of a man you are nowadays, women talk about men not being this way and not doing that, but we are seeing constantly through women's own stories that they have good men. And it's never enough. The story I put out on Monday, the woman said she was married. She said she had a good man. That man did a whole bunch of stuff. But guess what? It wasn't enough. She wasn't happy. So she was telling other women that it is okay to divorce good men. Please, if you haven't seen Monday's video, go check it out. All right? But this is another thing. This is what I'm talking about. This is part of what we're talking about. These women do not know how to be wives. They are not good wives. They want men. If you don't settle down as a man, then you playing games. But then when you get married to them, this is what you got to expect, that you do all the things you need to for this woman, and it's not enough. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about in the comment of the day. See, all of this stuff has a theme, gentlemen. All of it. I logically put this together, man. Okay. I don't just put out videos just to put them out. There are themes behind it. And whether a person agrees with this channel or what I'm trying to do or the message that I put out on it, there is a message. There is a method to my madness when I talk about these things. And this is why men don't want to get married. What for? These women are not wives. Nah. Even when you have a woman, you don't because you're sharing her, like it or not. Yeah, I did a video about that too, still saying. The woman blamed the new wife for taking her husband in life. Yeah, so she divorced the dude. 10 years later, he has his own family, and now she's mad that he's moved on. You can't make it up, people. She got the house and she's still complaining. It's never enough. Remember when I put that? Right? It's never enough for them. Juju says she took. Lady, you still don't want to take responsibility. Yeah. It's why men don't want to get married, ladies. Because there's so many stories of women in getting everything they asked for from a man. Everything they asked for. And you guys are still not satisfied. The problem isn't us men in that respect. It is you. It is some of you women out there. It's never enough. You guys have been indoctrinated in a system that makes you think it's never enough. And if you're one of the women that has fallen for this, you are part of the problem. You are part of the problem. All right. Let me get this down so I can get up to my next video. Now, we just talked about marriage and how you could be a good man to a woman and they aren't good wives. They don't know how to be a wife to a man. Particularly, they definitely don't know how to be wives to good men. Good men are taking L's because of women. And the last thing that is killing relationships, the law is on their side. The law is protecting women to continue to have this bad behavior. If women were to get married with a man and if she leaves that relationship and got nothing, a lot of women would not get married. A lot of women would not get married to the extent that you see. I'm not saying women wouldn't want to get married at all. But if she knew she was going to not get anything when she got out of the marriage, I think it would make more women think harder, make them think twice about their decision to get married. But women have nothing to lose in this society. Seriously.
If you look at this, guys, not only does he have to pay her $200,000 a year, but if he makes more than $2 million a year, he has to pay her an extra 20% on top of that.
Stop the cap.
Why? If he makes more, he has to, not only does he have to pay her $200,000 a year tax-free, but if he makes more than $2 million, he has to pay her 20% of that indefinitely. Why?
Yes. Why does he have to pay her? Because his lifestyle changed. He separates from her. He's doing his own thing. And if he makes more money, he has to give her more? Why? It doesn't make sense. Especially for all these women who talk about they're independent. More millionaires, or more women are made millionaires through divorce and through inheritance than any other way. Divorce and inheritance from their husbands. I'm not saying women ain't doing better out there. I'm saying that more women are made millionaires because of the efforts of someone else. How is that fair?
She's already getting what, 4 or 5 times the national average of what people make when they actually do go to work. She doesn't have to work one day in her life. Men in this nation are being tricked. There is a fake contract and there is a real contract. Men are signing the fake contract. The verbal agreement that y'all are doing in front of that pastor, it's not going to hold up in court. It's not going to hold up in court. That is the fake contract. The real contract, for example, gives the wife $200,000 a year indefinitely.
There you go. There you go, gents. Marriage for men is a bad deal. It is not a good contract. You have women that try to cap and say, well, men get something good from it because they get us doing all this unpaid labor. That's your home. If a man gives you a place to stay and gives you a home, he's out paying for it. That's what you do. You take care of your home. He's out there battling everybody, giving you a good life or giving you the best life that he can give you. And you complain about that? A bunch of ungrateful ass women today, if you ask me. It really is. You can't get more ungrateful than that. Men have everything to lose. And this is not the example for the average dude, but there are so many average men who are losing a little bit that they have, paying exorbitant amount of child support to the point where the woman can choose to work if she wants to, while the man, a lot of cases, men end up damn near homeless. Men end up homeless for paying child support, for dividing half of the assets that they've worked hard for. I went through it. Every time I went through a separation leading to divorce, I ended up homeless every time. And I've talked about this many times on this channel. But the thing about it is I got skills. So you can't hold me back. If I want a job, I can get a job. If I want a high-paying job, I can get a high-paying job. Because I got skills that I've acquired over a long length of time. Skills that make me a very valuable and very dangerous man. And some of these women have no skills other than to find who they can leech onto and use for their benefit. Now, this last clip, let me get to you some of your comments before it would make them be single mothers and hustle men that way. Yeah. Tax free, some places, yeah. Like Oprah. Kim K. Right. Of course, it's always about divorce and the money because they're not ever satisfied or happy, but just leave you to see nothing but you a cleanup man when reality kicks them in the face of regrets, debt. Yeah. Listen, there's no accountability in that type of situation. There's no accountability for women who decide they want to leave men. There's no accountability for women who cheat on their man and then still take half of his stuff. There's no accountability for that. A lot of states went to no-fault divorces, which on the surface helped at first. But now what it does is it hurts men who are good men. No-fault divorce hurts good men. It does. That's not fair. But it's not about fair, ladies and gentlemen. It's not about fair. It's about this society has been going in a direction to separate men and women from each other. It's a divide and conquer strategy. Because if women were to pair with a dude and to work hard to be with that dude, and she doesn't work, and she's at home and taking care of the family, then women aren't going to be out in the workplace. And the other part of that is because when women are out in the workplace and they're alone, they work for themselves, you know how much money women spend and put into the economy buying useless crap? They can't go back. Our country cannot go back to having that sizable amount of income not going into the treasury. So when women fall for this eminence game with an F, you are buying in to what they want you to be, they want you to do. They don't want us to have families. They don't want us to be united. They're dividing us across so many lines that while we're fighting with each other, they're lining their pockets. They're lining their pockets with our money. They're creating laws that are unjust, and they're holding us all back. They're holding our families back, and they're holding society back. And that's why nobody wants them anymore, and why men choose to stay away from these people becoming passport bros, avoiding becoming step dummies used for dating and money. Yep. Rando says women single-handedly skyrocketed the cost of living. Absolutely. Yes, they did. Absolutely. I think this is the last clip. In this last clip, we're going to see a woman that actually takes responsibility for this. Yeah, that's all my banners. That's all my banners. And let's see what she has to say.
Things.
Oh, I can name multiple, but I'm gonna start with, if you play video games out there, that is no shame. That means he's in the house doing his own thing and not cheating on you. So play as many video games as you want. We can play
Smart.
together.
It is smart. But you got so many women who like, what about me? I need attention. Now listen, gents, I'm gonna talk about this when I talk about the things that guys are doing wrong in next week's episode, right? But what can we be doing better? If you're playing so many video games that you're not even living real life, I mean, unless you're making, hundreds of thousands of dollars playing video games, you're just the average video game player. If you got time you're supposed to be spending with your woman, spend that time with your woman. But if you play video games all day long, every damn day, you messing up, man. But this woman at least has the wherewithal to say, if a man's playing video games, at least I know he's home. That's smart. It is smart.
Exactly. You can see when he's online too. So
oh, that's slick.
And what's it called? What was I gonna mention? If you're my type of guy and I see everything I want in you and I love you, I'll wear a paper bag outside if that's what it takes. So I'll just say.
Now we're talking about, this woman is talking about dressing modestly. Remember those women from the last clip, right? 3 clips ago that told you she gonna wear what the hell she wants to wear? That's gonna put you in potential danger. That's gonna put a sign on her, letting every guy know that she's open for business. This woman talks about dressing modestly for her man.
Unconditionally. That's fine. That's straight. Whatever.
But wait, what did you do?
Oh, we're getting to that. Okay, so number one, he was a fantastic guy, very respectable. He ticked all the boxes. However,
he checked all the boxes. However, let's see what her story was.
I'm not just gonna say I'm young. I'm going to hold myself accountable because I was in
Wait, did she say accountable?
Relationship with him when I was 17 to 21, and I was leaving college and about to move to Miami. So I was curious. I was curious at the time. I was, a young, beautiful lady, and I saw the attention I got from these men that my man and his friends would idolize, and I saw that I could have a chance with these men.
Did you hear that, gents? She went to Miami, right? Place like Miami, a place like here in Vegas, a place like New York, these cities with these fast lifestyles, right? Fast lifestyles. I'm not trying to knock cities. I love living in cities, okay? But she saw this. She saw the attention that she got from her man, she said, and his boys and other dudes. And she thought she was attracted to that attention. Oh, this woman is dropping gems here, gents.
So distance plus my curiosity plus me being immature, it led to our fallout. I moved to Miami. I got every man that I wanted, but as you spoke on, the longevity of a woman being able to do that does not last long. It deteriorates our value.
It does. And women will tell you differently. Women will tell you that, they think that they can always get men's attention, but it has a shelf life. Once you start getting into your 30s and you've been ran through and a man finds that out, a self-respecting man finds it out, he might still mess with you, but he ain't gonna mess with you. He's not going to continue to stay. He's not going to have bigger aspirations for a woman who's been ran through. Oh, y'all can have some fun together, But he gonna be thinking twice on that. Because your past does come into play, ladies. Your past, even though you might have quote unquote changed, your past, the oxytocin, those receptors in your brain that allows you to pair bond are going to be severely limited by the time I meet you in your 30s and you're supposedly ready to settle down, especially if you was riding a D carousel the whole time. If you were riding a D carousel and you were getting all this attention, it might be cool for a moment to have a good guy, but it is unsustainable for modern women to be able to be with a man and get attention from one man.
God stopped me real hard when I tore my meniscus. I ended up gaining weight and losing the one crutch I had, which was my beauty. And it forced me to really find myself and my soul and make sure my mind and body and spirit was connected before I was able to get my beauty back. So,
okay, check that out. Check that out. So she tore her meniscus. She gained some weight. She wasn't getting the attention that she got before. And then what did she do? That's when she finally came to the light. That's when she finally came to the realization that there is a time limit, or there is a limit to where your beauty can take you if you lose it. Now, we see this all the time. Modern women will hit their 30s. They'll start approaching 40. And the attention that they had when they was younger, it's not to say women ain't going to get no attention, but the type of attention that women got when they're young and they're beautiful and they're virile and they're fertile. Sorry, fertile. Man is virile. Women are fertile. Okay. When women are fertile, that attention starts to decline. And that's when women say, you know what? I don't need all this attention anymore. I'm going to settle down. And then they shame you. You should want to settle down because I'm slowing down at this age. So why wouldn't you want to? Well, no, your beauty is declining. My value is increasing if I've done everything correctly. My value is increasing. But it's funny how they change tunes when life smacks them in the face, as she put it.
Wait, I just want to say, don't ever compare weight to beauty because you're beautiful
oh,
no
it's
matter
okay.
what weight
But
you are.
A healthy
Stop the cap.
lifestyle.
Yeah.
There's no excuses for that, though. You have to make sure you're
I
healthy.
get that.
There you go. And they're going to talk about this here in a second, but men are visual creatures. So if you're not keeping your beauty together, if you're not keeping your weight under control, that's something that you as a woman can control, is your weight to some extent. Okay. To some extent, as a woman, you can control your weight. And we live in the most obese ass capital of the world, right? America is the most obese country in the world. You can control your weight, but women will shame a man for not being 6 feet tall, something he can't control. Do you see how superficial that sounds? Because it is.
Yeah.
I'm not going to,
Lauren, I will say that was very heartfelt.
That was, yeah.
And I understand 100%. You kept it real. That's,
Yeah,
that's
yeah. He did.
Yeah.
He did nothing wrong. To this day, I respect that man. It was all on me. So
Wow.
I was forced to learn, and now I'm a better person. Everything's aligned, and I'm waiting for my dream man to walk into my life.
This needs to be clipped.
You see how she said, so now she's come to this realization, and now she's waiting for her dream man. She's a cute woman. I'm sure she'll eventually find somebody. But you gave up your best years. You had that dude. You gave up your best years to Chad, Pookie, Ray Ray, and them. You gave up your best years for men that had no value for you. So her being real and taking accountability, I hope she finds somebody. I really do. You know, if she's really changed and she's really sincere, I hope she finds somebody. But there are a lot of modern women today that drink this Kool-Aid and think that their chances are everlasting. And that's not the case.
Yeah, that is
You heard that?
That was
Right.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
there's
will
like-
have to respectfully
Disagree.
disagree with you.
Weight does matter.
That weight absolutely does matter.
If that's what I want in a man, the best version of a man, I have to be the best version of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Thank you.
Like,
Amen.
let's be real. We look at
Yeah.
looks first. No cap,
Hallelujah.
people. We do.
Yeah.
We.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to say this because we have a bunch of ladies at the table, and I'm just going to say it what men want to say, but they're scared to say. It is unacceptable if you're obese, no matter your gender. The difference is this. We have a bunch of social conventions in place to make women feel good for their bad decisions. If a woman's overweight, Love your curves, girl. It's okay. There's plus size swim models, blah, blah, fucking blah. If you're fat as a dude, you get made fun of. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, Solo was much fatter, and I used to tell him all the time, Solo, you're fat as fuck, you need to lose weight. Men hold each other accountable, ain't a big deal.
I was still pulling though.
You know what I'm saying? But that's the thing, like, men understand, like, that there is an invisible burden of performance for men. However, there is not an invisible burden of performance for women.
All right, he's already cursed enough, so I'm a jump off this video. All right. So I like that this woman took accountability for her life, gave us a preview, gave us a view of what her life was like, why it changed, what made her start thinking that she needed more. And it comes back to this attention that modern women get. Men cannot compete with that, ladies. The average man cannot compete with the amount of attention you get. And most of the attention women get is not good attention. But when a good man comes in your life, it's not good enough. He can never really do for you like he would have been able to had you not been exposed to thinking that you had this higher value than you really did. Not realizing that at some point that's going to change. Having access to all these men at your disposal isn't making you valuable. Having your own husband and your own family that you are developing and growing over a long period of time, that's what makes a woman especially valuable. All right, let's see what you guys got to say about this. Men now want peace, quiet, and freedom away from walking train wrecks. Just leave us be. The men don't need your mess. We not raising no other man's wasted space mistakes. Jesus, Preston, that's awesome. Still saying says them kids must have her seeing the light. Yeah, right. Men are obviously tired of becoming free meals only to be disrespected by people who don't know an intention span from a damn ham. She has been ran through. Oh yeah, she probably been through it. Yeah, I can bet that. Like a Klondike bar, like a drunken dummy on Mars. Why is she not trying to go back to her man? I think that, well, you know why she ain't going back to her man. She can't get him back. That woman probably hurt that dude. Think about how young they were. They were in their 20s. When a woman does that to a man, see, that dude was probably willing. He probably would have married her. He probably would have been willing to be with her. But the way she moved away, started getting all this attention in Miami, and then she thought her crap didn't stink. You telling me that wouldn't hurt a man? Hell yeah, it would hurt a man. And he's never going to trust her the same. He's never going to trust her the same. All right? Because of her feelings and never logic. Yeah. So if she is so mature and whatnot, why is she not willing to work for the relationship? Well, again, she's older now. I hear what you're saying. I'm just saying to you that it may be too far gone. And maybe she should try to go back for him. But I'm just telling you from personal experience, it's really hard to go back and get with somebody who hurt you pretty badly, who didn't see your value in the beginning. And now that her value has decreased and hopefully his has increased, it's hard to go back. It's hard to go backwards for a person that didn't appreciate you when you were at your lowest, when you weren't, wasn't willing to work with you, wasn't willing to grow with you. So she may have changed, but I don't blame a man for not going backwards for that. If he does, he does. But can't really blame him at this point. All right. So now we're going to get to the comments of the day. I only have one comment of the day. This is also going to feed in to what we're talking about. And I think that this comment, this is a comment. I got to read through it a little bit. And here's the thing, gents. When I read through this comment, I don't want you to be overly judgmental of this woman. I want you to actually put yourself in her shoes, because part of this is her fault, but part of this is her man's fault. And this is something that I want to explore more on next week's episode. We're going to talk about it a little bit here, but this is something I want to explore with you guys when I bring up next week on next week's live stream about what us men are doing, what we could be doing better, how we can ruin relationships, okay? Because I think we need to talk about it. Check this out. So shout out for this woman for providing this. She says, I have wanted to leave my man because he was too good. He does everything for me and I do not like it. It may be wrong to say, and maybe I am a very foolish woman, but when my man does the dishes, buys my clothes, takes care of the kids, cooks, etc. Told you a lot of men are doing everything now, right? And it's still not enough. Women still will find a way to complain. And I don't have to lift a finger. It makes me hate myself. Boom. Boom. Right there. We're going to talk about that here in a little bit. Truly, I have gained more weight than I have ever had in the past. When I complain about it, he excuses it and buys me more things. It is like him buying me things to get me to be happy and keep me content to stay. I can see that he really doesn't need me or my help with anything. He does it all. He makes good money, so I do not even have to have a job. What good am I? What am I here for? Or what am I for? I get to feeling useless and lost. I do not know my role in my marriage. We both believe and read the Bible, but we read it and don't apply it. When I spoke to him about leaving, he was desperate not to lose me. I do not understand why. I've gained weight, have become useless, and didn't bring anything to the table to help. What do you do? There needs to be a balance. Got to find the right balance. If the man does everything and doesn't let the woman do anything because he's nice, what does he need her for? So listen, I don't want you guys to go too in on this woman, because I want women to be able to share what's going on with them. And I see two problems here, okay? And I probably answered this in the comments when I responded to this woman. But the first thing I'm going to say is that you have a good man that is doing all this stuff for you. He even loves you through your weight gain. I mean, that's a lot of love right there, okay? And a lot of men will love their women through the weight gain, but a lot of women end up not loving themselves. And this woman right here says she doesn't love herself, hence why she's thinking about leaving. And a lot of these women that we see that, have men that are good to them, they're living a good life, they end up putting on weight. It's almost like the person that they were, they don't even care about keeping or maintaining. Even the woman in the last clip that we talked about taking accountability of her weight, because we are visual creatures. Now, I think I wrote to her and I said, you not gaining weight is on you. You can, if he's giving you all this time to do all this stuff and he's taking care of everything, then you can take your tail to the gym. That's on you, lady. And that's what I told her. And that's some real deal Holyfield. If you don't like the way you look, you can change it. But you feeling a certain way doesn't mean you have to leave the relationship. It means that you have to find a new way to find purpose in the relationship. All right? Now, again, I want to talk about this next week, but I'm not going to bring up this next. I might bring this back up next week, but I want to talk about it now. This dude is making all the classic mistakes. I talked about in this clip how my exes didn't work. And I started off talking about that for a reason. And this comment here brings up exactly why your woman in modern society today, it's not like women of old who if women of old wouldn't allow her man to be touching the dishes and doing that. Modern women today ask for that. Oh, we are slaves. Oh, we're not getting paid for our unpaid labor. But I submit to you how many of these videos and how many of these comments I've had where women say that their man does a lot of stuff. He takes care of the house. Who are these men y'all talking to? Because a lot of men today are like, okay, fine, I get it. I'll go to work all day. You do very little, and I'll still come home and take care of the home. Modern women have absolutely no excuse because this is what you asked for. But how this man is messing up is exactly what I talked about in my marriages. Your woman has to have her own purpose. If she does, just like how men want to have respect, they want to feel like they're the man of the house, that they want to feel like they're providing for their woman. A man wants to feel that. A woman needs to feel like she's a woman too. A woman needs to feel that she is contributing, that she should take pride in that home. But she also needs that. A woman needs to feel that. And this man trying to do everything, buy her off with gifts, is robbing his own wife of her ability to be able to feel like a woman. And he's going to lose her because of it. So that's why I said, let's not judge this woman too harshly, because you can read and hear all the mistakes that this man is making. And even when she tries to talk to him about it, he's not trying to hear it. Something in his head is telling him, and I'm sure it's because of self-esteem issues, that he feels that I have to do everything for her so that she don't ever leave me. She talked about leaving, and then he started begging her to stay. And she, sorry about that, you guys. And she even was the first to say, I don't understand why. Why do you want me to stay? I don't look the same anymore. I have no purpose. You're doing everything yourself. Why am I needed? I give props to this woman. I don't know what y'all about to say in the comments, but I give props to this woman for being open and honest. And these are the type of discussions that we need to have on this channel. This man is doing too much. And this BS that modern women put out talking about, oh, I just need to sit back and I need to do nothing. No, that is not being a wife. That is not going to give you a true sense of value or purpose. A woman taking care of her family, developing the family, nourishing and nurturing the family gives a woman purpose. Matter of fact, I'm going to play one more video for you guys. Backed by popular demand, this video, if I can find it. Okay. Where is it at? Boom, right here. Right here. Okay. I know y'all gonna see behind the curtain. Y'all seen this video. I'm gonna play it again because this older woman puts it in perspective.
When your 106-year-old grandmother clowns you for being 38 and single.
I'm 38. I've never been married. Huh? Have you ever been married? Really, Nana? 38 years old. Really? And
I swear I heard her say, bless your whole heart. You 38 you ain't never been married. My God. And again, I've said this in the video. It's because women of her generation, the grandmother's generation, realize that there's a timetable on it. If you were after a certain age, men did not mess with you. This ain't nothing. This ain't no shame on you men. This is a phenomenon that's been happening from the beginning of time. Men did not want to procreate nor be with women in past 25. Matter of fact, if you were 25, you were an old woman. You were old. Your fertility window is closing. Now, granted, people's mortality was a lot shorter back in the day, but yeah, that's why it's now 30. Women hit 30, and you are like the women back in the day. You are the leftover woman.
never been married.
Bless your poor heart, baby.
No children and
Nothing. Bless your poor heart.
You sure missed a lot of life.
She said you sure missed a lot of life. My God. She is dropping gems right here.
Why do I have to get married and have kids just to have a good life?
See that mindset? Did you hear that? Why do I need to get married and have kids to have a good life? Boom. We're talking about things that are destroying relationships today. It is this mindset. Because that is the deeper purpose that gives satisfaction to women. There was actually a study done that says that women that get to take care of their family, raise their family, and see their family grow up successful have more life satisfaction than women that don't. It's not to say women don't find happiness in their money and their jewelry and all this stuff, but it is not the same satisfaction a woman has when she has her own man, she has her own family, she has her own home that she gets to take care of. Nothing that these modern women have compares to a woman that gets to be this older woman's age and get to see her kids grow up.
You don't go nowhere.
I do. I just got back from a trip.
I wonder what she was doing on that trip, y'all.
By yourself, no man.
Ooh.
If you don't have a man, you ain't nothing.
Boom. Oh my God. Now, you guys might have watched this video, but I'm telling you, Granny was dropping bars. Now, she simplified it. It's not just about a woman's real value is being able to procure a man, her own man, that is going to do and provide for her. We're not talking about getting your weaves, these nails, these damn bat wings or eyelashes. We talking about your own man to raise your own family. Women do not get satisfaction out of raising kids anymore. It's almost like they think it's just something to do. They do not derive pleasure from it because they think there's always something better. This society is sick. Sick to think that family, trying to keep the family unit together, having your own man, doing for that man, not doing for yourself, but doing for your family isn't important. That's what we tell these women today.
Really? I'm not nothing without a man. Huh?
You're not a lesbian, are you?
I still have sex.
I know you do, but that's not right.
Ooh. She telling her don't ride that D carousel.
Dirty. Sleeping around like a...
Sleeping around like a 304. Your love so good. Ain't my type of hype, baby. Me and you was crazy too. Your love so good. What y'all know about that kid and play? What y'all know about that house party? Ain't my type of hype, baby. Go, go. What y'all know about that? All right, let's see where we're at. Where we're at. I don't agree with taking housework and the kids, not ignoring the kids from women. I don't agree with taking housework and kids from the women because I believe that's what they're supposed to be doing. I get it. And there's a reason behind it. Because again, that woman in that comment just told you that she felt she had no purpose. Women are the ones who build up the community through first building the family and then uniting those families through the sense of community. Women do that. That woman needs a purpose. The husband needs to give her something to do on a daily basis. Exactly. He should be making her a better person slowly but surely, but he isn't. He's allowing her, he's basically taking everything off her plate. This issue is with her own ego. Okay, you think it's just her ego, but he's not doing his part either, though. Still Saint. Thinking that the grass is greener, pastures only to see the men don't need them at all anymore. Yeah. She said she read the scriptures, but does not apply to them. Ding dong. Better get on that, lady. Okay, so you think it's on her. Okay. They don't want a man that's good for them. They want a man that treat them like garbage, like Pookie's brothers, Ray Jody. Oh my God. You crazy, Preston. Granny dragging her down the streets. I'm talking about, look, bro, what we used to say back in the day, she getting scar dragged, bro. Scar drag. She getting curb stomped. Granny got an 18-wheeler cruising at 90. Facts, bro. Facts, Granny. Yeah. So I want to bring that one back up to you guys. That's the comment of the day. Okay. Where we at? We're going to run through these. We're going to run through these memes of the day kind of quickly today, gents. Okay. Let me get the memes of the day ready. Okay. Got those ready. So for this segment, we're going to go through some memes of the day. This is the portion of the show where I find memes throughout the week and I share them with you guys. Some are funny. Some go to the topic that we're talking about. Some I just want to know what y'all think about it. All right. So for our first meme tonight, brother says rent is too high to have someone laying up in your house for free. What y'all think about that one? Now, this is what I thought about when I seen this one, right? You have women saying they don't want to go 50-50 with a dude. We just talked about how the woman in the comment of the day isn't doing anything. Women today are so hyper-stimulated, they need to be doing something. And this brother said, rent too high to be having you laying up not doing nothing. Look, my philosophy, you know why I don't have any pets, animals. I don't have a fish. I don't have anything in this house. I don't have anything in this house that can't pay rent on its own. Okay? That's the way I feel about it. You can't pay rent. You can't pay a bill. And you say, Sean, you sound like modern women today because I know better. I am never letting a woman lay up on me again because I've seen what they do. Me and my bee at Disney World. Now, this person wrote, why the baby got a BBL? You know what I didn't like about this? Not the fact that they had like black Mickey Mouses or whatever, but why they all Gucci'd out? Why is it that we as a people, I'm talking to my black folk, my melanated people, my black and brown folk, okay? If you white, don't get offended by this, but this is our thing that we need to talk about. Why is it that we always got to be buying other people's stuff? Why is it that we got to be keep up with the Joneses? Why we got to show status wearing something else that makes another person rich? Why do we normalize this? That's the thing that first popped out to me. Okay. Still said, what is she doing in your house if you're not married? Damn. All right. So this dude is a dude that wrote this. He said, phobia, crazy, because millions of dudes got drafted to go to Vietnam back when they kick you out for being happy. All you had to do was suck a dude off in front of your recruiter and you would have been home. They didn't want it bad enough. And this dude down below says, I ain't going to no dang war. I would have turned into Saucy Santana in that MF. We have dudes that say, I don't want to go to war so bad that I would go ahead and I would prove to them that I don't want to do it. Well, that's no more, right? They got rid of that. You can be happy, quote unquote, and you can go to the military. That happened years ago. When it first happened, when Don't Ask, Don't Tell got repealed, I was in the military when it was first starting. And I remember our chief of the boat had a conversation with our dude that was striking corpsman. So he was about to be in medical. And he told him, he said, look, check this out. I don't care what you do in your spare time, but if you disrupt the good order and discipline of my crew, I'm gonna wring your neck. That's literally what he told him. And that dude grew up in old school Navy. I'm talking about like he was in the Navy back in the 70s, right? He had been there for 26 something years, or not the 70s. He was in there since the 80s. So he was old school. I mean, these dudes would punch you. Okay. So, but it's funny how we ready to duck war now. And I don't blame some of you guys, because we can see how we are used as pawns for money, for political gain. Yet and still, we can't even get prescription drugs at a reasonable price. We can't even get insulin cheap enough so that we don't die from not having our insulin shots. I mean, this is what we got to deal with. So hell no, nobody want to go to war for that. Let's see what you guys got to say. I'll go to war before ever trying that stunt. I agree. I ain't gonna lie. I'd rather just go. I'd rather go, man. This woman, and I almost left her name up, because if you saw the name, it's ridiculous. The woman below says Morticia and Gomez were some freaks for real. Now this woman writes, he literally worshipped the rain that watered the grass that grew on the ground that she walked on. I need all that. You see? Now, the reason why I put this in here, because this goes into one of the things destroying dating relationships today. Women do not want a man, when they talk about this, I need someone to share with me. No. They want to be worshiped. Now, you guys might not be religious or spiritual, right? And y'all know how I feel. I'm spiritual. I'm not religious, but I do know my word. And you have women today that are so delusional and so self-aggrandizing that they want you, they don't want a partner. They want to be worshiped. That's why they want all this adulations. That's why they all claim to be 10s, because they want to be placed up with God. And there was one entity in the Bible that wanted to be the same and equal with God, and that's Satan, that devil. Okay? For you guys that are for some of you women out there supposedly supposed to be children of God and in your word, you cannot serve two masters. You cannot serve Satan of this world and then swear you'll be a Christian. Got a lot of y'all pretending. Again, I told y'all I'm a trout mouth heathen, but how is it that I follow the word better than y'all do? And I'm a heathen. Come on now. The spirit of Jezebel. Absolutely. Still saying, somebody know that spirit of Jezebel, man. These modern women got the spirit of Jezebel in them. All right. A good buddy of mine, my big fam, my big brother sent this to me. So this article was, I know what my girlfriend's virile, much younger ex did for her. I can't get out of my head. No matter what I do, it's on my mind. So he tried to give advice to this column. I left this so that you guys could find it for yourself. I don't have the link for it, because I got it off my phone. Okay, let's read a little bit. Oh, before I go forward, let's read with the false god called the Queen of Heaven in Jeremiah. See, you know what you're talking about. Got you. All right. Dear How to Do It. I'm a man in my 40s who's dating a woman in her 30s. Okay, not a big deal so far. Right before me, she was dating a guy in his early 20s. She and I were close friends while she was with him. And while we never discussed details, she had mentioned a couple times in passing that the relations that she had with him was amazing, earth-shattering, that she had never known relations could be this good. Another time, she mentioned that her spasms were so loud that her neighbors complained, but the other aspects of their relationship were not so great. So she broke up with him. So let me put myself up on the screen. So this dude was friends with this woman, probably in the friend zone, okay? Listening to this woman talk all about her younger dude. She broke up with this dude, not because she didn't want to continue to have spasms, because she was like, okay, this is cool. He's blowing my mind and blowing my back out. But this is also, he's toxic. I'm getting too old for this. I'm too old for this. Yeah, that's good. But I need to settle down with some beta male dude who's going to accept me getting my back blown out to a level of unprecedented proportions. I need somebody who's going to willing to settle with me after I done gave the best part of myself to a dude who did not deserve me. Okay. All right. So I just read Preston's I just read what Preston wrote. That's too funny. Let me put it up on the screen. We're all trout mouth heathens. Well, not all, most of us. Oh, and then Preston said, at least Gomez was a player for real, man. Yeah, look, he might have worshipped Morticia, but Gomez could have had more options. So, all right, fast forward a few months to now. I can't get those comments out of my head. Oh, you can, huh? Why can't you? She loves me. No, she doesn't. And we have an amazing connection. Notice what she said. We have a connection. We're friends. The relations is great. He thinks so, but I bet you she don't. But I don't think I match up to her ex. And it bothers me. Okay, let me keep reading. When I tell her about it, she thinks I'm being silly. She chose me after all. In fact, one reason she left him was that she began to develop deeper feelings for me. And she is very happy with our relations life. Okay? I think that's all I have for that. Okay. We'll get to this one in a second. Now, let me put myself up on screen a little bit more. Sorry about that. I'm on the wrong side. When I read this second part, I had to capture it and bring it to you gents because I'm going to give you the real. I always give y'all the real. I'm going to tell you what I thought when I read this next portion. This is a very weak man. And this is the problem. This is something that I want to talk about. I should have put this up for next week's video, but we're going to talk about it today. This is a very weak man. This is a weak man that, first of all, you can't get it out of your head. Then why'd you get with her? You see what I'm saying? You literally waited, lying in wait, in the friend zone. You knew her past and now you can't get out of her head. This should have never been a woman that you considered if you can't get this out of your head. It makes you weak. It makes you weak getting with this woman and allowing her to tell you all this stuff for a serious relationship. And you don't think you can match up with him? That ain't your problem. Your problem ain't worrying about matching up with him. That should never be your issue. You're not trying to compete with him. You be you. And that should be enough. And if you being you isn't enough for this woman, and you're doing what you're supposed to do as a man, she was never good enough for you in the first place. He said it bothers him. And then this dude was weak enough to tell her about it. I can't get it out of my head that you had a dude blowing your back out, making your liver quiver and your bladder splatter, doing all these things for you that I cannot do, that I feel that I cannot live up to. You sound weak. You should never admit this to her. You just made yourself look even weaker. That's what a weak man says. Now, of course, she's going to tell you it's silly because she don't want you to go nowhere. Here's the other thing I have a problem with. She chose me after all. I got a problem with that. If you're a man, you're the hunter. You choose her. Women have put this thing where they make it like they choose us. No. Real men back in the day, they pretty much told a woman like, yo, this is what it is. This is what it is. This is what it's going to be. And if you can't get on my program, and I'm not talking about being bossy or being disrespectful, I'm saying being a man. She chose me. This is the beta male thinking. This is a weak man's thinking. You have to be, as a man, ready to get up and go at any point in time and not look back. Because most of the time, most women have these, I'm not sure, I'm in between this, I don't know. That ain't us. We're supposed to be decisive. And everything about what this man's saying is not from a decisive standpoint. This is weak. In fact, one of the reasons she left him was because she began to develop feelings for me. No. She realized that there was a shelf life on that relationship with that young dude. Too immature. Maybe he gave her a great, blew her back out, but it wasn't going to lead to anything that she really wanted. She developed deeper feelings for me. These women have no feelings but for no one but themselves. They don't. It's what you can do for them. Women today don't even care and ask you how you doing no more. They don't even check up on you. I make a mental note of all the people that don't check up on me. I make a mental note of it. I make a mental note of it. I know exactly who don't check up on me. I'm not talking about like they got my boys who I don't hear from all the time either. But I know where they stand at. I know where they stand at. But if women who are supposed to be the softer, kinder, gentler of the sexes, supposed to be caring about you, I make a note of what the women do in my life. She didn't develop feelings for you. She settled for you. And she says she's happy. Of course she's going to tell you all that stuff. Let's see what you guys got to say about this. Dear Lord, yes, I want all the good you have for me and my family. Jeremiah 33:3. That man is getting what he deserves. He was a man in the orbit and she is running the field on him. Boom. Ain't nobody in that scenario married, TSG. Right. It's the wild, wild west out there. You're right. That's right, TSG. Tell her, get with it or get out of my face. Yeah, we have to. This is a weak man. And this is what we're going to talk about next week. We need to talk about what our faults are next week, gents, and we will. Oh, I just read past that. I'm sorry. That's beyond weak. Just call me Mr. Girly Man. Mr. Girly Man, Barbie City. Yeah, if he thinks like that, he's already defeated in his mind. Boom. Juju, exactly. Now he is making it a reality. Boom. That is exactly it, Juju. That is it. Pathetic and lonely. Listen, I don't fault men out here for talking about they're lonely. I'm not going to fault a man for that. I'm not. It's tough out here. You know, as tough as we are as men, we're not supposed to be alone. We're not. None of us. But as men, as real men, we're not supposed to accept this crap either. And we should choose to be on our own than to deal with somebody who's not going to respect us. That wife in that scenario had a man doing everything for her, and it's not good enough. It's not good enough. She can't find her own happiness on her own. And that me and Still Sane agree on. Too many women expect men to do everything. And then when they do everything, it's still not good enough. They cannot develop their own happiness, true happiness, and they definitely can't do it inside of a relationship. Notice all these women leave to find themselves. The Tia Maris, all these people leave relationships to go find themselves. Then why the hell did you pressure me to get in a relationship anyway? We could have just had this situationship going where, friends with benefits. We could have just did this friends with benefits thing. Why would I get in a relationship with you if you can't get your stuff together? Come on, man. Like, this stuff don't make sense for me. It's getting cold out. Get you a thick girl. I'm plenty warm enough too. I'm pretty warm enough as it is right now. I'm a Louisiana hot boy. I don't need nobody coming along because it's cuffing season talking about it's getting cold out. That ain't my problem. If that's all you can provide, if that just being thick is all you can provide, that's not enough. Ninjas wake up, get dressed, call their homeboys, go to breakfast, smoke, go to the mall, get outfits, tattoos, leave the mall, smoke again, grab more food. They separate, then come sit in your face looking goofy as hell, like you really just took him on a date and don't see like you really just took him on a date. And then this dude says he would have did it with you, but you got to be fun to be around. Now, the reason why I put this in here was because there's too many of these modern women want you to entertain them, but they don't realize that a lot of them are not fun. Like, a lot of modern women today are just boring. That whole, what you getting me, what we doing, we gonna eat here, but they don't got no good conversation. They don't have no thoughts of their own. They don't even know it's the 21st century. They don't even know it's the 21st century. I'm going to do a video on that too. I'm going to take some of the old clips I used, but I'm going to put a video clip. I had more clips of women just saying the stupidest things. You're like, yo, you cannot be this dumb. But some of them are, man. And they want to rule crap. They want you to put them up on a pedestal, but they're not contributing. I don't like it. Now, I put this in a community post last minute before the live stream, but I brought this up here today because I talked about how one of the problems with women, modern women today, with relationship, with respect to relationship, is the fact that a lot of them are not wife material. And this woman in this thing, I'm going to be a wife one day because I be cooking. And you can clearly see that ain't, look, I'm from New Orleans. That is clearly Popeye's red beans because it's got the yellow rice, right? I'm not saying people don't use yellow rice when they do red beans and rice, but most people I know that cook red beans, white rice, it don't be that consistency. There ain't no meat in that. There ain't no sausage. There ain't no pork in that. That is definitely Popeye's red beans and rice, right? We can see the seasoned fries. Nobody chicken looked that good. Well, okay, they got people that can cook good chicken, but that's Popeye's chicken because we could tell by the biscuit. She ain't make that biscuit. Stop the cap. Modern women expect so much from men, but half of them can't even cook. And the ones that can cook, most of them only can boil water and microwave some crap. That ain't cooking, baby. And this person wrote, one of my favorite things about Twitter is watching folks trying to pass off Popeyes as their own cooking and black folks catching them red-handed. Yeah. And you can see them long nails she got in the background. There's one nail you can see. That was the last one. That was the last one. Okay. So I thought the memes today were pretty relevant. There were some very deep topics in today's memes of the day. Let me catch a couple more of your comments, and then we'll get to the question of the day. Hakeem, man, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. My girl won't go to the gym. Your thoughts? Why won't she go to the gym? Now, Hakeem, there are some women that will say that well, why should I go to the gym? I'm good the way I am. I was talking to a woman that lived here in Vegas, and she was pretty in the face, gorgeous woman. She was around my age too, older woman, right? But she was gorgeous. I'm not gonna lie, gorgeous, long hair. She, I think she was Native American and Hispanic, gorgeous woman, and she, pretty good up here, but you could tell that she wasn't working her legs, and she'd be the first one to tell you she don't go to the gym. And that was her flaw. If she went to the gym and worked on her legs, even in her 40s, she would still be doing pretty good. Like, I'm not saying she'd have all the men's, but I'm saying that's a flaw in her figure. Okay. She got other flaws, and she's still a beautiful woman, but she could raise herself a few points. She'd go to the gym. This is what I think. If your woman doesn't go to the gym and you're okay with it, who are we to judge about that? Okay. But if her taking care of her health and her fitness is something that's important to you, then I'm not saying you got to leave and make a decision, but eventually it's going to become a problem. And a lot of these women will start at a gym, but a lot of them are just like people in general, men too. A lot of people don't go to the gym because they don't have gym habits. They don't have consistency. And I know I've been talking about putting out this book for the longest, but there's just a lot of little hiccups I've had. I'm still trying to finish this book up. I'm going to my mom's house here in the next week or so before Thanksgiving. And so the good thing about my mom's house is I will have a lot of time on my hand to dedicate. Probably won't be putting out as many videos, but I will have time to just really clean up those things that I got to finish in this book. But one of the things I talk about in this book is most people don't have consistency. Most people don't have drive or dedication. So if your woman has never had that and you try to tell her to go to the gym, she's just not going to instantly get it. So the only other way that I can say, if you want her to go to the gym and for you to battle this, is that you have to show her the way. You're the man. You have to show her by your example. Okay? I go to the gym all the time. I'm not expecting my woman to be as dedicated to the gym as I am or to go as often as I do. And I only go like 3-4 days a week. I lift so heavy, I can only go 3-4 days a week. So I don't expect a woman to have that same dedication, but I do expect a woman to care about her health. And you have to determine how important that is for you. I hope that answers your question. She can't choose her baby daddy, TSG. Stop making me laugh still, Saint. She was busy doing the same thing at work or with her girlfriends. Yeah. She probably didn't even buy that food. Ooh, that's funny. She probably had somebody, yeah, not with her own money. Yeah, she probably had somebody cash app that. So, gents, we're going to get to the last portion, and that's the question of the day. Okay. Which of the 10 things modern women are doing do you feel is the most detrimental to relationships today? Think about the 10 things that we talked about today or something else that you have in your mind. I want to hear from you. What do you think to you is the thing that's the most detrimental to dating relationships today that I brought up? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know in the chat. We'll get to it and we'll finish out today's video. Also, if you like this shirt is soft. This is a 2XL shirt, the No 304 shirt or 304 stop shirt, whatever you want to call it. But if you use code No 304 when you go purchase the shirt or any of the other items that in this collection, because I have sweatshirts, I have a necklace, a bunch of other things, right? Long sleeve shirts in this. If you like it, the link is down in the description below. And I appreciate you guys for the cash apps this week, whatever. Anything that you guys do. Everybody who watched the show, watched all the videos this week or within the last week, I thank each and every one of you guys too, man. I appreciate it. Where we at? Putting themselves first. Still saying I couldn't agree with you more. I think that the selfish nature of modern women today is probably the absolute most detrimental thing to dating relationships today. That and the lack of accountability. I think the selfishness and the lack of accountability, that is making a huge difference in the dating and relationship market and the marriage market. I think you cannot talk about relationships and have one or both people be selfish. You just can't. You can't. Trust. Yeah, that's another one. You know, I guess you could say 3 things because you got to be able to trust the other person. You got to be able to trust them that they're going to do the right thing. And you have to be able to trust them, as in to not be sitting there and have those insecurities about what they're doing. And the problem that men are having today is that modern women have put themselves in such a position that men cannot trust them. Let me go back to this real quick. Even when you read what this dude wrote, he has insecurity. He doesn't trust that this woman is telling him the truth. He can't get past his own feelings. That's a lack of trust. And it may be, he may be right on not trusting that, but he doesn't trust it because he knew too much of her backstory. See, ladies, men, knowing your past and your history, it does matter because it's psychologically messing with this dude. Now, I think he's being weak because of it, but he's not wrong. Just as y'all say, well, you can't tell me how to feel. This is how he feels. I know why he feels this way, but this is a weak position to come from. That's what I'm saying to you gents. Okay. Loyalty and love. Right. So there's a lot of things, right? We talked about all of these things, but there's a lot of things, you know, and we just don't see this anymore, ladies. It's not a knock on all ladies. I tell men all the time on this channel, and I feel like I got to say this every week. Men, I don't want you to hate women. Okay. Whenever you get to the point where you hate somebody or you hate something, or, you know, like hate can be a powerful motivator, but sustained hate, that is more a testament to who you are than to what the other person is doing or to the other situation. Because hate eats away at you. When you are able to release that and let that go, then you end up finding yourself like that story where the wife leaves the husband and then 10 years later he gets remarried and then she has an issue because he done moved on. That's where you find yourself. And that's where we shouldn't be at. Shout out to my brother Preston for being here today. Shout out to my brother Still Saint for being here. Hakeem, I hope I answered your question. Thank you for coming through. Shout out to Juju for coming through tonight. Thank you so much. There we go. I don't want to miss anybody. Shout out to Rando Ganja. Thank you for being here. Who else did we have up in here tonight? Shout out to my brother Chosen. It's good to have seen him. I'm glad I started the live stream a little earlier today because we hadn't seen Chosen in a minute. Okay. Who else did we have up in here? Sorry, you guys. I hope I don't miss anybody. If I do, I apologize now. These new contacts are great because I don't need to wear reading glasses anymore. XL Pro, thank you for being here. Who else do we have up in here today? Shout out to Speak Spanish Now. If you want to learn Spanish, I know I've been learning Spanish. I've been learning Spanish every day for 960 days straight. Or is it 61? Anyway, something like that, right? And it's because I find it valuable. And if you find it valuable like I do, you want to go to this channel and subscribe. I'm telling you right now, that brother going to hook you up, okay? I think that's everybody. Let me get to your comments and we'll get out of here. Hey, Hakeem, did that answer your question, though? I really hope it does. Because, again, if you're happy with your woman, then that's fine. It doesn't matter if she doesn't want to go to the gym. The only time it matters is if it's something that's important to you. Or if you know long-term is going to be important to you. If you know long-term is going to be important to you, then that's something you need to bring up now before you get too serious with your woman. Because if you do, she's going to think that you have something more when you really don't. Or you have a hiccup that's preventing you from moving forward. And if she doesn't understand what that hiccup is, she doesn't have a chance to correct it. She doesn't have a chance to say, you know what, that's important to you. My health is important to me. I would like to, I just don't know how. Then it becomes, believe it or not, and I hate to say that another adult is responsible for another adult. But if that's about to be your woman, it's about to be your queen. She about to be your queen to be. Okay? I ain't gonna sing today. I thought about it. But if that's about to be your queen, then you want your queen, you want her to be what you want her to be. And you have an opportunity to help her to get there. That's on you as a man. That's the kind of stuff that we need to be doing as men. I'm going to talk about that in next week's live stream. We're going to talk about it in depth. I've been talking about the women. We're going to talk about men. We're going to talk about us. We're going to talk about what we need to do better. I'm going to tell you guys from my mess ups. I'm going to try to give you all I'm going to try to think about all the things that I have seen men mess up on, that I've seen myself mess up on. I'll try to get some clips that highlight those things like I did today. And we're going to talk about how as men, we need to be better. And we need to dispel some myths. We need to dispel some myths about how men are supposed to be. Women are out here talking about what a man is supposed to be. I'm not talking about what they expect from their men. They're saying that enough, and we don't agree with it. But they're also trying to tell us how a man is supposed to be. Okay? It's not going to work. Nobody should be telling us that but other men. Other men, you learn to be a man from other men. You learn to be a man from the guidance, teaching, experience of other men. A fish cannot teach a fisherman how to catch fish. It's just not going to work. Okay? So you're absolutely welcome, Hakeem. Appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Press says, misery. She couldn't afford a Slurpee. You're too much, man. Hey, gents, thank you guys for being here. I can't wait to get to next week's live stream. You know what's even more refreshing? That I know what next week's live stream is going to be about. So I got all week to prep for it. Oh, that is a good feeling. Because I try to wait to see what the flavor of the day is before I make a live stream. But to know ahead of time what we're going to talk about, that actually takes a huge weight off of my shoulders. And I can work on finding what I need for us to be able to have a robust discussion about what we need to improve at as men. So again, gents, thank you guys for being here. And until next time, live your best life.